Hello everyone, this is Billy Ray. Welcome to another edition of one of my tech talks. Let's do a product comparison between the MX9 and the MX50 today. First, I want to get started by saying that the workflow for each of these systems is the same. For the MX9, the MX50, you're going to want to take your trajectory information into POSPAC, and then from POSPAC we'd want to go into TBC where we do our point cloud registration, and we would then start off by doing some of the feature extraction in TBC, or we could take that out to the Trimble MX software for feature extraction and then on into Trimble MX Publisher or out to a third-party application. Up next in this two-part series, we'll be taking a look at an MX50 dataset where I'll go over some of the differences between the MX9 and the MX50. But currently I just want to take a look at the MX9 and the MX50 as a whole here and just go across the board and talk about, with the MX9 you've got high density scan rates at 2 million points per second. With that system we also have the spherical oblique cameras, planar cameras. And the accuracy for that is most suited for, I would say, surveying and engineering, and you got a range up to 150 meters. Some of the applications of that program or that system is, we'd be looking at surveying engineering, road and rail infrastructure, smart cities, utilities, construction, and maintenance. With the MX50 system, we've got a medium density point cloud with a max scan rate of 1 million points per second. We do have the Ladybug spherical camera just as we did on the MX9, but we don't have those oblique cameras or those planar cameras. This system fits well within, I would say, the surveying and mapping field, and we have a hard cutoff range of up to 80 meters on that system. This, as far as the applications for this system, the MX50 system, we're looking at maybe mapping, asset management, utilities, municipalities, road maintenance, and it fits well within the GIS data capture world. I would say that we can definitely move this up to a survey and engineering application with more saturation of runs and also with including more GCPs for control. But currently I would say that fits well within the surveying and mapping world. So I want to drop back and talk about point density for each one of these systems, and we'll look at these each of them in terms of megahertz per second as far as the effective scan rate. With the MX50 you've got 1 megahertz per second. So we're looking at a sample of that in a point cloud data set from an MX50 where I've just gone in and taken a square meter section of my data, and within this square meter we traveled at about 35 to 40 miles an hour with the scan rate of 1 megahertz per second. So you can see the butterfly pattern here that was captured with the MX50, and within this 1 square meter section we've got approximately 4,000 points. Okay, so moving on to our next data set with the MX9, we've got another project where I've got the MX9 with the high density scan. Effective measurement rate is 2 megahertz, so we're looking at 2 million points per second. And we did the same square meter section here on this data set, and as you can see, definitely got the higher density resolution there. So we're looking at approximately 12,000 points per square meter here on this MX9 data set. And again, we traveled at, for this project we were traveling at a speed of about 45 miles per hour with the single run. So going off of what we just discussed there, here's a quick side-by-side of those, the point density. You got the MX9 on the left and the MX50 on the right. You can see we're at the 12,000 points per square meter, and then over on the right there you got the MX50 at 4,000 points per square meter. So with the MX9 and the MX50, Trimble has two of the lightest, compact, portable systems out there as far as mobile mapping systems. We've got the MX9, which weighs right at 82 pounds, and the MX50 weighs right at 51 pounds. So that makes it easy for two people to install that on a roof rack or a UTV, and also that lightweight and compact size also makes it easy for when you go out on remote projects where you need to take the things on and off and you might have some overnight stay. It's great to be able to take these on and off and store those indoors overnight. As I mentioned before, up next in this two-part series, we'll be taking a look at a MX50 data set where I'll cover some of the basics between some differences between the MX9 and the MX50, what you'll see when you bring those data sets into TBC. So thanks for joining us here today on this Tech Talk, and I look forward to seeing you next time.